The energy is so weird up in here today. I don't know what's happening. We're missing someone.
What's not
I'm over here.
Where?
I can see the screen from here.
Get in your seat. For anybody that's wondering why like games have been like a little bit shorter and a little bit like crazier right now, everybody's going through shit right now apparently. Steven has mad scientist energy right now. Chris has slept like
Needs
3
coffee.
hours a day. Yeah, needs coffee. Justin, I don't know what's happening with Justin.
He's
Me
living
and
his
Kayla,
best
I feel
life.
like
Too much.
relatively okay.
Yeah.
Not great.
Great.
Never great. You know, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, we are doing great.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Any sick children still, or have they all recovered?
I do actually have sick children. Yes, I got sick again. Just took them to urgent care. Yep, it's a good time. It's a great time. There's a lot of puke going on.
A lot of puke.
A whole banana.
A what?
Banana.
A banana.
That
It'll be
parent
fine.
life.
And then he got it. It's too much. I know. Some in the living room, but he's like, "It's okay, Mom. I got some in the bathroom." I was like, "Okay, that's great." Toilet lid closed. It's gone everywhere. It's sprayed on the side of the bathtub. It was a nightmare. I cried like twice cleaning
This
this.
is horrible. This is horrible information to have. Hi, Major Paul. Hi, Bun Bun.
Hi, Major Paul.
Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing? Hi, Cheat Screen. Like, we're good. Listen, we're having some wild times, and you're here with us, and thank you all for being here with us. Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Steven.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Kayla.
And I'm Justin.
And we are the Fate Divinities, a channel dedicated to Daggerheart in all of its various formats, which has a release date. Did it have a release date when we met last week?
No,
I don't know. But it has a release date, you guys. It formally has a release date of May 20th, 2025, right at the end of spring. I see what you're doing over there at Darrington Press. Very exciting. I cannot wait. You guys, if you don't know already, Darrington Press now has a YouTube that I don't think that I have actually formally announced, but they have their own YouTube channel that is not Critical Role. And this last week, our friends over at Roleplay Relay, Chris and I actually were roommates with Clarice Polaris, at PAX Unplugged, and she and her lovely husband, Nerdy Knightley, they both went on with the Darrington Press folks, so Rowan Hall and Spencer Stark, and they talked about the game. They showcased the new actual box of everything, the limited edition. I want it. I'm very excited about it. So anyway, May 20th, Daggerheart is going to come out, and that only going to ramp up our excitement over here about it. I'm sure very soon Steven and I are going to have to jump in to talk about stuff.
Yes.
What's happening?
We got an anonymous gifter.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, whoever is anonymous and lovely. We love you so much. It's so kind. And also, hi, GMC Bob Slevin. It's so exciting to see you. So anyway, guys, Daggerheart, May 20th. We are going to continue our regular campaign in version 1.5. But the last announcement that I have is, remember that if you are going to be at Gamma in Kentucky in about a week, I will be there as well. I am yet again going to be GMing with Darrington Press for Daggerheart. And fun news, we're going to be playing the final version of the game. So I'm very excited for everyone to see it, and also for the beans to be spilled so that I don't have to worry about spilling the beans
holding
anymore.
your tongue.
I know, it's been really hard.
Trick,
I've
huh?
had it's a weird trick holding it. Okay, so very brief recap, you guys, as we are diving back in. So
should we introduce our characters first, or do the recap first?
I Either way, which way do you want to do
I
it?
just don't want to forget.
Let's do it. It's a good point. It's a good point. Let's do the recap and then we'll introduce characters. Let me end my spiel. Very brief recap, guys. We are in the Kinekozan Jags. I'm not going to tell you about what that is again. Go look it up. It's in the manuscript. But the Kinekozan Jags has all of those plates that shift and everything. There's a city called Kymerghen. The party of intrepid adventurers have delved deep into the bottoms of that area. And last week were confronted by a stone speaker for the city who had basically tried to bar their path forward. Said that they were too late to go into the depths, even though these guys just thought that they were going fishing to find some scales. Apparently there's some other business awaiting you in the depths. But our lovely bard Anura proved herself worthy through some bard shenanigans in the middle of a combat, which thank God, because you guys have been awake for far too long in this city, and I think a lot of you are getting pretty fucked up. So our bard, yeah, it's time for the electrolytes, you guys. So our bard had made peace with the rocks, the stones themselves, and then gotten some information out of our lovely friend who had tried to bar passage, a member of the Fighters Guild, Gwen herself. And after that point, she had wished you luck, left, and you now are in the middle of what effectively is a ruined stone temple that has collapsed on all sides, but still has in the center of it what appears to be a large hole and a winding staircase going down. Gwen has told you that this is one of the myriad entrances to the path that will lead you to Finger's Reach, the last bastion of civilization before you enter the true depths. So that's where we are. Let's go around and introduce characters, starting with Steven. Who are you tonight?
I am playing Tedios. I am a Simian Ranger, beast-bound with my companion Wilbur, or Bill.
That was the quickest you've ever been. That was so fast. I was ready to... I said, great. I am. All right, and then we have Chris. Who are you playing?
I'm playing Tank Molerson, the Aspiring Tooth Fairy. He's a warrior, like fairy human hybrid guy. And I remembered he has an eye on the back of his neck. What's that about?
What is that about?
I
What
need
is
to
that
add
about?
that to the Hero Forge.
Energy is unhinged. And then we have the lovely Kayla.
Yes, I am playing Anura. She is a bard. She is now a stone speaker, not the main character, but really trying very hard to be.
Every single episode, it seems. Yeah, absolutely. And last but certainly not least, Justin.
I'm Justin. I will be playing Delver, the Orderborn Shrewman wizard, part human, part Fungril. Just borrowing the human part for a bit. We'll see. Yeah, and we're hanging out in my neck of the woods. But I'm just, showing the folks around. Maybe they'll let me tag along. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe just have to switch bodies since they kind of got a bad vibe on this one. Found a new one. Maybe they get more comfortable. I might grow on them.
Fingers crossed, new body incoming.
A lot of makeup on.
Yeah. We'll just get you some. There's got to be some
I made a haircut, and we're good.
Yeah, there we go. Ew, gross. Do you know that I was reading more of the manuscript today, and fungrils, because as they age, they continue to grow. They frequently cut their caps instead of cutting hair because it just grows. And I was really freaked out by that.
The idea of that is really gross. Like that is like the flesh of the mushroom. Like
you are welcome. You are welcome. Listen, I'm here to bring you guys the facts. The facts.
And horror. Yes.
All right. So, you guys, I am going to, because last time, don't do that. Oh my God. I have my dice here. But, oh, look at him, Wilbur.
He's so fluffy.
I love a good prop.
Is that a new Wilbur?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
During the holidays.
Oh my God, yeah, because he was a dog toy before, just...
Yeah.
All right, guys, what are y'all doing? What? Because, like, at this point, you have taken a short rest. You are there in the middle of this ruined temple. You're left to your own devices. What would you like to do?
Are we ready to go
You know,
fishing?
I thought we were gonna sleep at some point. Are we not sleeping? Are we not going back to our little hotel to have a little moment in my pirate room? What's happening?
We did go
We
down a
took
lot
a
of
nap,
stairs.
right?
That's true. I mean, if y'all are ready, listen. I guess.
That's a
What was
great
the
point.
point of getting the hotel? This is the reason I didn't want to follow her in the first place. Because I knew the day was getting long and we weren't going to be able to get
It was
to the
getting long.
hotel. And we promised those old ladies, I got it written in here somewhere,
We
so that
did.
Gene Screen can't call me a liar. We were going to bring them some cake. Are we not bringing them cake? What's the deal?
Did the cake?
I mean, yeah.
The stone speaker is spoken, you know.
We did walk down a lot of stairs. I mean, we're like already basically there. We might have found somewhere to stay in the next little town.
That is the gag, isn't it? We have to go back. Mhm.
Well,
That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
pretty
gag. That is the gag, yeah.
Well,
I don't know if the cakes are happening. You
I
know?
would also be fine going back up because it is late and there is a bed and we won't shenanigan our way all the way down here tomorrow. We can just, beeline it straight for this area.
And this is one of many entrances. Maybe Delver knows another one. I don't know. He knows the area.
Yeah, it may have changed a little bit. Things move, but I can find a spot. Look
But we
around.
can always come back here. It's not like the temple is moving. Even though
Again,
we're in a
really long
rock-moving
walk.
city. I mean,
It wasn't that
Cake.
long of a walk.
It took us 3 months to get down here.
You know what? That's a good point. Listen, if y'all want to camp out there or find a new place in Fingers Reach, but why did we become part of the Fighters Guild?
That's for when we get back.
Find the people. We're looking for people, right?
No.
Oh, well, no, the Fighters Guild did say, hey, or other people, but then Gwen that we just talked to was like, listen, don't follow any voices. They might be there, but don't get off the path.
Gene
We've gotten
Screen
this
said
far without
break
listening
those
to
Not
her.
gonna
promises.
die. Say what?
Gene Screen said break those promises.
Well, listen, we got Gene Screen's permission. We don't have to bring the cake back up there. Those old
And
ladies.
just give me a visual, by the way, guys. What are y'all doing as y'all are having this discussion so that my mind's eye is there with you guys?
Arguing around a campfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, arguing animatedly.
I'm like got my backpack on, ready to go. I'm just like, we can go back. I guess we can go back up.
Ted's lounged on a rock somewhere with Bill nearby. Just like patting his head. And he's like, I don't care what we do.
You know what? I feel like we have to do rock, paper, scissors. I feel like. Or like a thumb
Rochambeau.
war. I don't know. No.
You mean
not
Shears
even done more in a
Parchment
while.
Rock? Or Shears Parchment Stone?
Parchment.
Boulder
What
parchment-
is it?
shears.
Boulder parchment shears.
Nah,
Boulder
that's
parchment
it.
shears.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right, so three of
Seriously,
us.
what are we doing? Well, wait, we decided we were going to break the promise. We're not going back to the hotel.
I mean, we,
Okay.
we can still bring them their snacks later.
Yeah.
Are they shelf stable? Are they like Twinkies?
Well,
We
we'll
can get
eat
more on the way up.
these, and then we'll buy
We can get
more
more
on
on
the
the
way
way
back up.
Oh, okay.
Do you want a snack?
No, I'm good, thank you. I don't want a snack. I want to get where we're going.
GMC Bob Slevin says perhaps you need to break the chalk out and write the itinerary on the blackboard.
These
Like, we
people
need a
wouldn't
list.
follow it.
Just, all right, I think we're going down. I think that's the plan. I think we're down. We're down for that.
Yes.
And then we'll just buy new cakes on the way back up.
All right. We're gathering our belongings and gonna make our way down the mysterious staircase.
Somewhere in the distance, an old lady kind of just like, I sense betrayal. I sense betrayal, Gertrude.
Did we tell them we bring them back today? We didn't say
Their
today.
name was it?
I don't
What was
think
the
you
name
said
you
today.
rhymed? It was like Juliet and something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I
Those
don't
will have
It
their
wasn't
names when we get back.
Gertrude. I think that was my lover in another game.
I'm sure. Oh my god, it really was. Oh god, I
We'll
love
just
that
cycle through.
campaign. Okay. So you guys have decided you're pressing forward then, right?
Ever onward.
Okay.
Downward.
Okay.
Ever downward.
So ever downward, yeah. Over the garden wall. Under the garden wall. Anyway, so Delver already has all of his items on his pack. The rest of you begin gathering your things up. But Delver, I want to ask you, as you begin to lead the group down this spiraling staircase, and this is, as I had said before, this staircase seems to have been carved out of the stone itself, and it is ruined to a certain extent, but of the temple, this is one of those items that has been maintained better than certain areas of it because it needs to be usable to get down. Delver, I imagine you have used other entrances to the depths before, but from whatever entrance you've used, how far, and this can be above table or not, how far is it to Finger's Reach?
From here, I'd probably guess like a probably day's walk if you're taking the normal route, or half day's like a half day's kind of travel if you're taking the normal path. As soon as you take any alternative path, it's at least a day, if not more.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, great. So it's a little bit of a hike to Finger's Reach from here.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, typical towns. It's like something you can go, like if you're going between towns, usually you can get there, maybe get back if you're like, quick about it, but like in a day. But
okay. All right, got it. So and for the party to bear that in mind, as you are taking this stairwell down deep into the lower areas of this cavern, you do finally get deposited out onto a landing, and you see several different cavern openings. Delver, explain to me the cavern that you are confidently walking through. What does the specific tunnel that you're taking the group through look like?
This one's a little wider, or I assume correct me if I'm wrong. Are we on we're on the typical kind of main path between the two, or are we on a side path that people sometimes
take? A little bit of a side path. Okay. It will connect to the main path certainly, but this is different. Yeah.
All right, this one's definitely like a smaller one. The main one's a little wider. You can maybe kind of, I don't want to say a carriage or a cart, whatever, but you can get like a decent sized wheelbarrow through there kind of thing. This one definitely a little smaller, typically for not necessarily single file. Maybe two people can stand side by side, but fairly narrow. But you definitely have otherwise like a pretty carved out little area, but you do notice like about knees height, or y'all's kind of height, maybe a little lower. Sorry, I forget I'm taller.
Yeah.
You do notice that there are like a lot of like just odd like lines just kind of going along the wall, and I just call out probably that's just from kids. They usually like drag like sticks or stuff along the stones, just kind of slowly carving it over time. A lot of like different heights and just lines. But other than that, it's just just really worn kind of little tunnel. Mm-hmm. A little taller than my height. Fantastic. It's comfortable.
Yep. All right. And so you guys just begin pressing down through one of these tunnels. Now, I don't know for the party how long you were expecting it to take to get to Finger's Reach, but you've been walking at this point for 30 minutes, 45, pressing into an hour and a half. Anura, give me something that is of interest on this path as you've been walking along. Does it stay narrow? Does it open up at some point? Give me something that you see and take note of.
So it's gonna stay the same, but it feels like it's getting darker in here. In a frightening sort of way, a little bit colder. She's not having a good time. She got a cloak around her. It's dark and cold, even more so than the beginning. How much longer is this gonna take?
It's just a regular walk, town to town.
It's just a regular walk. Okay, well, this doesn't feel very regular, but all right, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I've seen y'all travel between towns before, right? On foot?
Not underground. I've been in an underground palace, but there's lights there.
You don't have the sky reference. I got you. It'll go by in no time.
Okay.
Sing some songs while we're going. Yeah, could you play some songs, Nora? So, good walking
Not
tune.
really in a scene.
Good
But she
walking
does.
tune?
She pulls out her harp, and she's, trying to play something cheerful. It keeps kind of turning into something sad. She's like, oh, nope, no. Gotta keep the morale up. So,
Good acoustics down the tunnels.
there you go.
And it does eventually a great acoustic.
Oh, wait, hold
And it
on.
does-
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, before
Yeah.
Where's my...
We're not
Does
sneaking up on no one.
anybody need a hit point or a hope?
What was the first one?
A hit point or a hope?
Oh, someone else might need a hit point more.
I'm good on the hit points.
Okay, all right. Then I'm playing a heartbreaking song of Taken Aback, and me and any close allies get a hope.
Nice.
It's just getting real tragic.
What is the song about? As you're kind of
She's not
strumming it
singing,
along?
she's not a singer. She's not.
Oh,
she
that's
just
right.
plays music, so it's just haunting.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that as it's just kind of echoing off of this cavern walls. But eventually this does open into what is the larger thoroughfare. Because again, this is kind of a side entrance to what is the main road that leads. And this is a more open cavern where you actually can see that there is water on the right-hand side that follows along down. And it does seem to have been walled off to a certain extent. So you can hear that, the dripping of these caverns with the music that's playing as you're walking down. And as you've come to this main thoroughfare as well, they are lit every once in a while with these grooves that have been cut out into the cavern wall on the left-hand side, and these blue lights that, if you watch, are actually traced all the way down, and pulses of light are coming, surging upwards from somewhere deeper in the depths to these areas. But other than that, it is quite dark. Hank, I will talk to you briefly about that eye that is on the back of your neck. As you have been walking through this tunnel, that eye is getting more active. You can feel almost like a warm spot on the back of your neck, like an itch, kind of. And you know that it is flitting, trying to take in as much information as it can. Is anyone walking behind Tank that would see this, or is Tank bringing up the rear?
I'd probably be bringing up the rear if Delver's leading, since I'm
From my
I
voice.
mean-
the guide. I'm making sure no one gets left behind.
Yeah. So you certainly then, Tedios, can see this. That like this eye is moving much more animatedly than it usually would be. Okay.
Does that
You said it's
Alright,
itchy?
guys.
tickle or anything?
I just smack it.
Smack it.
Classic eyeball behavior.
You just slap the eye.
My
I
brain
do
is.
smack my eye when it itches.
I'm thinking of like in
That's what you do with the
Ocarina
eye
of
in your neck?
Time. You just smack it, yeah. Like, so, and as you do,
Thank you,
like,
Gene
it
Smith.
does kind of blink and everything, but it certainly is continuing to look around. Ooh, Steven's volume is a little low. Perfect. Thank you so much. Also, hi, Lasombra. Nice to see you tonight. All right, great. Yeah. And Tedios, you were asking it if it tickles.
Yeah, I was like, does it tickle when it's looking around like that?
Yeah, it feels really warm and weird. Yeah.
I
Like
don't think I've ever seen it move that much, Tank. Does it? It doesn't normally like
I've
move
never.
like that, does it?
It's pretty active down here. Also, like hard to keep stuff out of your eye back there.
I'll try to help you out with that. Well, we just need to get some really like voluminous, like for your eyelashes on the back of your neck, some mascara.
That'd be nice.
Really keep.
And not borrow mine for your neck eye.
It's okay. We'll treat it right when we get back to
Yeah.
town.
Yuck.
And everyone, ew, neck scara. So awful. effing chapter next Scara. Jesus. Disgusting. And they walking and walking and walking.
Yes.
It really is.
And
And
never
this
end.
and Anura, like for you who did propose turning back, right? This
She's
walk
crazy.
as it's getting into the second hour, and you are every once in a while seeing that this cave system opens up. Every once in a while you will see it open up, and you're walking along a high trail that overlooks a cavern where that water dips into a waterfall and is rushing to the side, and you can see that kind of the glow of mushrooms and crystals on the walls as you are getting deeper and deeper. That cold really is starting to press in on you as you guys are moving into the ground itself. 2 hours pass, 2.5 hours. You are still not seeing the end in sight.
We're getting
What
close.
time is it?
We're almost there.
Okay. As it starts getting colder, I'll send Wilbur up to help keep Anura warm. He'll kind
Thank
of
you.
bundle in the extra a little bit.
Maximus is also like slithered up to Wilbur because he's warmer, and you know my snake is cold-blooded,
Yeah.
so he's trying to stay warm.
Alright. So I think that what I'm going to do is I would like to give Anura, I'm going to use one of your tiny crowns to give you a
Oh.
point of stress
Oh,
as
thank
we're
you so
moving
much.
through this. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's what I
we have
always
some
wanted.
beer over here.
We could be in a hotel. I could be in a pirate-themed room. That's fine.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that is really, you know, that moment. So everybody has these in life where you feel that you have made, that you were making the right call, but you acquiesced to your friends. And
I listened to boys.
yeah, and then so that bitter part in your brain starts just talking shit in the back of your head. Just, we could have been sleeping. I could have had cakes, you know, just like constantly. The song is taking on an angrier tone as you're walking down.
Tedios is enjoying himself a little bit because this is a dynamic he would have seen helping people climb the mountain up to the end tree. Is like there'd be one person very excited about the hike. There'd be another person not as excited about the hike. And not that Delver's excited about it, but he doesn't seem to have the care like Anura does.
Definitely just like internally feeling the vibe of like just SpongeBob delivering the Krusty Krab's pizza. Just
Yeah.
walking through.
You ready?
You ready?
Krusty Krab. Fantastic. All right. Very good. Okay.
Delver
So,
busting out some jazz
It's
to
not just a
the
rock.
harp.
It's a boulder.
just evolve into SpongeBob quotes. Like, this is also the
There's so
tone.
many.
This is the tone of the party as you are pressing on longer and longer. Because, guys, to Anora's point earlier, it is getting later in the day. Not horribly late, you know. You were probably in the temple around 2, 3. You've been traveling for, as you're continuing on, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. It's getting to dinner time. And you had an early morning. You're all starting to feel very weary.
But they usually have some rest stops along the way after a little while. You know, rest your donkeys and climbing spiders and stuff.
Donkeys? We could have had donkeys?
Yeah. Did y'all have any?
What? Is there a place to rent? I have money. I'm not poor like some of y'all. I would have rented a donkey.
Oh,
She does have money.
my bad.
Maybe you should give some of that to the poor people. Do you have poor people where you live?
I mean, no, we take care of our own. That's how you stop the coup. But
We don't have poor people at the entry. We really got to do something about that, guys.
yeah, y'all know how to
That
stop
is
the
a
coup.
serious
I like to hear
issue.
that.
I love this. I love that, like, that's the thing that Tedios still has on his mind. Because he would. It was only like 2 hours, 3 hours ago that you were confronted with the reality of poverty.
And it's
You know?
world breaking.
Yeah. So, it is around the 4th hour. that Delver, your understanding, you're seeing all of the little signs that point to you're getting near to Finger's Reach. What are those signs? And you don't have to give them to me. Tank, we haven't gotten anything kind of world building and creative from you. What are the things along this path that are kind of giving you the signs that you are near to Finger's Reach?
Yeah, I would say ley lines being like a little more intense as we're going, and like the tunnel narrowing a little bit.
Sure, absolutely. Incredible. All right, great. Anybody else want to add stuff to what you think is happening? Yeah.
I can almost imagine like think of like mushroom roots, kind of like root system as you get closer to the town. Like you start seeing foliage and stuff from that area that might be kind of slowly kind of trickling into the rocks. You know, think of them like literally fingers reaching out from the town kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, incredible. Yeah. And I will add that as those ley lines are getting stronger and those mushrooms are kind of growing more vibrantly around here, that light is illuminating up these mushrooms. You're starting to see an ecosystem developing down here. There are even pockets of like moss that is growing on the cavern walls down here that seems to glow very lightly in different colors. And finally, you can see up ahead that the darkness is brightened up. Okay, you can see, you know that you're headed towards the entrance to something, a larger cavern, because you can see that the shade of darkness is brightening at the end of this cavern. Let me know what you guys are doing. Y'all are just pressing forward. Anything that y'all want to prepare for?
Yeah, Cole is like trying to find somewhere to camp in town, or
yeah, I mean, what, is this? Are we almost there?
Are
Is
we
that what's
gonna
happening right now?
we did get the warning. I know the vibes have changed since I was here a long time ago, but they did warn us that non-me people are questionable here.
Okay.
I'm phrasing that
This is a
poorly.
great idea. Yeah, instead of the hotel. Yeah, this is very safe. Yeah. Lead the way, Delver. Yes.
We could go back.
No, we cannot. Absolutely. No. My feet hurt. No.
Sure.
No.
I lean over
That's
to
gonna
Tank
carry
and
me
that
and
this
my
is not
little
the
sport
fight you
chicken and
want.
my snake.
Rachel, are there any like little alcoves as you get closer to the town? Maybe like people sometimes like set up booths or something. I don't know if there's like somewhere we might could possibly camp without being literally in the road, or within inside of town.
If there were, you have passed them. And I would say that for you, Delver, because you're asking this of me at this point, you know that you could backtrack not very far and there would be some. But they're kind of like in the film Labyrinth with David Bowie, where unless you have a trained eye, when you walk past, the stone is further out at the front of it. So you pass by these crevices that move off, and unless you know to look for them, you don't see them. You, Delver, have noted a couple of them as you've been passing. You know, they're nice little areas.
I was maybe aiming for those for like a like a rest stop kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So if y'all don't want to go to town, there's a couple, just a quick mile back, not that far. Quick 5-minute jog. We'll be right back there. Not even in 5 minutes. We're fit.
Jogging anywhere.
I'll carry you.
Whoa! How far are we from this town?
Well, I mean, the town's right there. It's just I don't want us to get there and then y'all get ran out of town. Then they'll have to figure something out later.
But that's what you're here for, and you're really good at talking people into liking us. So I think we're gonna be okay.
You're right. We'll figure it out. Let's roll.
Yep.
Yes,
it'll be fine.
You're great at your job. We're all counting on you. We're very proud of you. Get after it.
I got an idea. I just start pulling off some random mushrooms on me, and just like, if they'll let me try to like embed it in them just a little bit, just give y'all a little bit of a mushroom kind of flair, and just like make it seem like it's part of you. It doesn't have to actually be.
Yeah. At this point, yeah. Sure.
I could put it on like a hat or something. You can just pretend it's on your head, or like
whatever gets me through here. Yes, I'll wear your corpse mushroom. Yes.
Okay, well, Anura seems on board, so she'll let me. I'll just do it right in between the eyebrows.
Yep, she absolutely will. And then she holds out Wilbur. She hold him. He needs one too.
Oh,
Thank you.
where you want one? You can't. I'll put it behind his neck so he can't eat it.
Yeah, I was about to
Beautiful.
say he like starts trying to.
Good call.
We're so handsome.
Remind me a little mushroom person that I just carry around. Is that a thing? Can you do
I
that?
mean, we can like draw arms on it, but it's just a mushroom.
That's all I need. Yeah. I'll make it work.
I get some sticks off the ground and I just give it little arms. There you go. There you go, Tank.
Thank you. I'm all set.
Delver, I would like you to give me an instinct check.
You got it. Is there a general topic or something I could maybe apply some experiences or something to, or just roll it?
Okay, can I use my you remember when I said that he was really good at his job? Can I say that was my rally?
Of course,
I know it's
absolutely.
sarcastic.
Make his rally die.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everybody, take your D6 rally die. Incredible. Ooh. Not yet.
Wait a minute, what? Are you
Yeah.
changing the music right now?
No.
Okay.
So Delver, do you have anything related to sensing? Like those, like what kind of a thing do you have?
Experience. Well, experience-wise, I had the like, don't believe your eyes, which is more of a me not being seen kind of thing.
I wouldn't see that one being pertinent here.
Okay, no, all good, all good. I'll just go with it.
Okay.
I'll use the rally die.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Oh boy. 12, 16, 18 with fear.
18 with fear. All right. So I am going to collect one of your fear tokens, which again, for everyone at home, are these tiny little spell books. Oh, there they are. Into my little jar of bad. But that is a pretty good check. So as you are kind of talking to your group, fixing little mushrooms to people, you're getting
I want
a
little
little
chest
bit-
hair mushrooms. Just
Oh
like
my God,
3 or
gross.
4 of them sticking out from my shirt.
Horrible.
Oh, I forgot you're a
Just
monkey.
where your
Wait,
head's
that's
at.
actually normal. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you were a hobbit for a second. I was disgusted. Monkey's fine. That's actually very normal. Let those chest mushrooms fly.
You're realizing, Delver, that it is always quiet in Finger's Reach because Fungrils tend to use the Fungril network to speak. However, you can almost always hear some level of bustling happening this close. It's not a large village, but there are enough people, and there are enough people that are not Fungrils, that you can usually hear them this close. Being where you are, and as you're affixing, more than hearing really, it was that you started to get a weird vibe. And then you pinpoint, you don't hear anything. Oh, and you're on mute, so we don't hear anything.
Guys, vibes off.
Vibes
Oh.
off.
Yeah.
The vibes are off.
Is
He's
he
like a
able to
little-
maybe tap into the network?
Nope.
My bad. Oh,
Lost that in
You could
accident.
ask him, Tank. Let's have that moment.
no. Delver, could you perhaps tap into the mushroom network around?
No, I'm
That's
offended that you
weird.
asked.
What?
Offended.
That's it.
Why,
I
why
lost in
can't
an
you do that?
accident. I lost in an accident. Don't worry about it.
Oh. What kind of accident?
I fell in a cave.
So
So
you
sorry,
stubbed
that's
your
so
toe and you
dramatic.
just
And then you
stopped
took
being
us
able
to another
talk
cave. That
people?
sounds
No,
awful.
I fell and got hurt and had a full body transplant.
Mm.
Oh.
Why is God laughing at my pain?
Sorry I asked. My bad.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Tragic accident. Got fixed up. I'm good now. Can't do that. So I picked up on some magic stuff that lets me kind of do it. You just gotta eat a little mushroom.
All right. Yeah. Hell yeah. You're so good at your job.
See, every time you say it, I
die.
hear a little bit of sarcasm, but I believe it this
No,
time.
no. Never. We're not making fun of this disability. You're doing great.
Good job.
Okay.
But we should be worried going into this town, is what you're telling us.
Yeah, vibes off. Yeah.
Vibes off. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep eyes out. See someone. Don't say something like tap or something, or if see something that's weird.
So silence.
I don't know, if everything's quiet, if we make any noise, they'll hear us.
The harp.
Do you see what Dream's screen just commented?
Back on my back.
Anura promised to help him get his fungal powers back.
No, not breaking any more promises. No.
We haven't broken the old lady promise yet. Y'all can still bring them cake.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but like, how long are they going to be waiting? You know what? I'm not worried about this right now.
They live there. They're not going anywhere.
And it's fine if we're not men of our words. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, some of us are women.
They also still don't keep our word.
All right, so continuing on quietly.
Yep.
All right. Quietly. So we're stealthing at this point. Is that right?
Yes.
We are stealthy. Yes.
All right. Then I'm going to. So then I'm going to need a group finesse check. If y'all are doing this all together, who is going to be your leader?
I only have a +2.
I also have a +2.
Yeah.
I was a
Not
0.
me. I'm not leading.
I'll lead.
But yeah, you will.
All right. So then everyone else, go ahead and make your check.
Ooh.
11.
11.
8.
4. 8. Okay. All right. So Steven, it is up to you.
Suck.
We're so nice.
I'm going to use
roll.
hope and use my experience, watch your step. To maybe
Fantastic.
try to help a little bit.
Very good.
You're on your own.
It's all on you, bud.
You have a -3.
A -3.
Yeah, those are fails all around. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Well, y'all, this isn't good then. I got a 9 with fear.
Who says now?
Okay,
Yeah, welcome to the bud.
Okay. All right,
Guys, we got to be really quiet as I'm like just saying that at a very loud hush tone.
Uh-huh.
I just
Like pumping
sneezed
through Anura's heart.
very loud.
I'm like, watch your step.
all right.
I trip.
Yeah. And you are, and that is what's happening. So, Steven, as Tedios is there at the front and you're kind of quietly, you can hear the other three in the background are whisper bickering about being quiet and about the journey. And what do you mean that it's dangerous in here? You could have told us earlier. There were donkeys, there were rest stops, and at some point, as you get to the opening of that cavern, you turn back to get them to be quiet. You tell them to watch their step, and then all of a sudden, as I'm taking this fear token, a failure with fear, which, by the way, guys, is the critical miss, the critical fail in this system. As you are stepping out, you, looking back at your friend, feel, actually, as there is a tug at your foot. And all of a sudden, the world flips upside down as you step into a trap. And because of that trap, you yelp very loudly. And Bill begins dancing at your feet. The rest of you now, looking there right at the entrance to the cavern, you can see in front of you, hiding behind a large rock, though with their back to you, is a Fungril who has a bow that is aimed into the center of the cavern. This is a smaller Fungril, and the cap is actually covering their eyes. As they turn back to you, you can all hear a screaming sound. Looking into this cavern, I'm going to give you a few things of note. So first,
It's
real
going
quick,
so
we're
well.
Yeah.
We're doing really good, guys.
That's all we know how to do.
So, in this cavern, what you see is looking out, this is a multi-tiered village of Fingers Reach. All around the borders of the room are literal stalagmites that kind of reach up and around and seem to be shaped like fingers, cradling this cavern, okay? There, among these rows and these levels, are different houses made from hollowed out mushrooms, for example. I need to turn this down because it is so loud in my ears. That's not your fault, that's my fault. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. So, this is the village of Fingers Reach. This Fungril is at the top of one of these cliffsides that would come out and look down into the area. But what you also see as you're looking out, all of a sudden your senses waking up, is other Fungrils and different kind of creatures all turn immediately to look at you. All of them from their own hiding places, some of them aiming bows at you. But that screaming sound that you hear is from one of the cave entrances. A tiny blue light is coming in through the cave entrance, and you can all hear just screaming as it runs in. And as it's doing that, there is a giant in that cave wall, and then another from the cave, and all of those villagers turn their weapons back to the center as a giant boar hurtles into the room, chasing after that tiny blue light that is making a high-pitched screaming sound. At this point, as the boar runs in, that blue light takes a quick turn off to the right, too fast for the boar to follow, and it skids, and you watch as one of the Fungril that are on top of a ledge reach out their arms, and on the base floor of the cavern underneath the boar, all of these vines, much like what happened to Tedios, grip, reach, and lift the creature into the air. And all of the Fungrils all around begin firing into this boar. We have a map. What are you guys doing? I will let you act if you'd like.
Are we on the map?
I still am on the old one.
Me too.
Oh, sorry. I will get that fixed up right now. Sorry, I had to move that off of that for a second. I just gotta find it. I think it's the ocean, technically. All right. Oh, wait, I have to hide this real quick. There we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So you can see in the stream that up on the top right-hand side, and I don't know if Steven, you're getting it linked up with the stream.
I believe I got it. I just
Okay.
need to reset us.
And you can also see, by the way, that the blue light is now running at you guys, in the direction of you guys. Okay, go ahead, Tank. What were you saying?
I was saying, since Ted is like suspended in the air, can I fly up and try to free him before that boar gets?
Tank, hold up. We got this other person that's pointing an arrow at us, right? Or they turn it toward us? Yeah.
That person is still pointing it at you, and you can see that it is like meaningfully like leaned into you, though again, its cap kind of covers its side. Yeah, absolutely. But
If
Tank,
I can,
you
I just want to like, if I can try to slow Tank down. If not, feel free to go. But I'll gonna try to calm the mushroom fella.
I got my hands up.
Okay. Okay.
Toward him, I'm just gonna like gesturing to friends. So just hold his hand up, and I'm just like pause and just like reach for a mushroom and toss him one, and I'll just like point at my mouth.
Okay.
He might figure it out. He might not. I don't know. But
Sure. Let me go ahead, because you want him to eat this, right?
Yep.
Is the thing that you want from
Yep.
this. I mean, it was going to be a pretty high check for him to figure out that you wanted him to eat that, and I rolled very poorly. So it just glances off of him, and he is going to aim the bow more strongly. That screaming sound is still happening from that tiny blue light, just that's running and near you guys. I'm I'm going to go ahead and have Anura, you have your hands up, okay?
Mhm.
So I'm going to have you go ahead and make with that, I would say probably a presence check to see like how much we're getting from you at this point, okay?
I'm gonna use my rally die.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. 8. Oh, okay. So 9 and 8 is 17, and then we're gonna roll this one.
Uh-huh.
17, 18, 19, and then the presents 20, 21, 22 with hope.
Okay, 22 with hope. Absolutely. So take that hope for you. 22 is very good. So the Fungril, though, you can see that he's continuing to look at the other person in front of him that clearly is a Fungril. It seems to be moving his head all around. Tank, did you want to do something on your side?
Yeah, well, I guess like can I get a vibe check on the boar? If everybody's eyes on the boar now, because that's why I was like,
A lot of
I
the
didn't
people,
feel-
yeah, a lot of the people in the cavern seem to be attacking the boar. Absolutely, yes, 100%.
Okay.
On the
Well, in that
especially
commotion,
around
I'll try
the
to
area.
get Ted out. Now
Okay,
that the
all right.
archer's okay.
Great. So go ahead then and make a check for me. So whatever you want to make this check, like because I don't know how you're getting him out.
I would like to swing agility.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Great.
that's like kind of a leap, but I'm using
So
my
how
wings,
are
I
you
guess.
doing that with agility?
I'm jumping up and using my wings to fly up to the top and
Okay. Okay. So
It's
we're
like
trying to like focus on the speed. I'll give it to you in this case. Listen, it's been a while since we've like done a lot of weird checks. Let's go ahead. Yeah, 100%.
cool.
Yeah.
I got
I think also your weapon attack is agility based. So.
I got a 20 with fear.
Okay, fantastic. So with that fear check, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take one of your teeth, and I absolutely must use this because, guys, remember that I actually have the action tracker in play right now. Remember 1.5 rules. That's going to be a success. So what does it look like as you free Tedios from that snare? What does it look like?
I jump up, flare with my wings, and just kind of spiral slash up to the ceiling at his feet and hit the stuff that's.
Okay, great. So at this point, Tedios, as that spiral slash happens, that rope that is hanging you from upside down is cut, and you fall just like 4 feet off of the ground, slamming into the ground below. Actually, we could go ahead and no, I'm not going to make you take damage from that. That would be a silly check to make.
I was like, I'll make an agility check not to take damage.
Yeah. I was certainly going to, but I think we're fine. So at this point, though, guys, I have all of this fear and all of these action tokens. I'm going to move in. So I'm going to start, I think, with Delver, one of your fear tokens. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and return that in because at this point, you all hear an eruption of sound from the other side of the cavern, and looking over, you can see that people are celebrating. The ones that speak aloud seem to be celebrating as you watch the netting, these vines that are encapsulating this boar, begin to slow from its movement. Seemingly the boar is dead. But what you all hear as well is another as something else is crashing into the cavern as well. And from out that side, we are going to have a creature. First, you see a light emanating from that cavern wall. And stepping out, this is in honor of the sea creature that we very recently found in the real world. It had never come up as the anglerfish. Yeah. So coming out from that same cave, you see, following its own light, a cockatrice. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to give you the name of it, but other people will know. But there's a creature that has a light on the edge of its head. This anglerfish mouth erupting in teeth, but the body of a giant bird. And as it comes into the cavern, it And looking at the boar, it looks instead across to the same area that tiny blue light is now running up the stairs. And it is going to immediately charge towards your side of the cavern. And it's going to ram into the side of this cavern. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little attack for it. All right. Okay, so that is going to be strong enough there to move to my next step for this creature. It is now going to, I'm spending another, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spend another fear. This one, Tedios, is yours for Watch Your Step, because I need everyone to make a check. So everyone at this point, I want you all to make a finesse check. Sorry, this is a finesse reaction roll, okay? So remember, hope and fear don't matter in this, but this is a reaction roll because part of this cliff is shaking very strong and some of it is crumbling.
I got a critical success.
Incredible critical success over there. A 10 over here from Anura, all right.
I got a 13 and Wilbert got a 16.
Okay, a 13 and a 16, and then from over here?
13 as well.
Okay. The Delver obviously succeeds, Wilbert succeeds, the other three of you fail on this check. So at this point, the ground beneath you shakes to an extent that Anura, you first, being close to that edge wall, begin to stumble forward. Tank, you reach out to grab Anura, but she is already going too fast, and you begin tipping over the wall of the cliff, okay? So you are now falling, okay? That's all I'm going to do at this point, but this is quite a steep drop, okay? This is probably around 15 feet high. So now it's going to go back to you guys for your turn. What would y'all like to do?
If I mark a stress, can I use wings and help my friends?
Absolutely. Yeah. You can take an action to try to do something. Yeah. Okay. So I'm taking an action token from you, and you are currently... Oh, I also needed to roll for my little Fungril guy. Oh, a 3. That Fungril is falling with you at this point, okay? So he is just like...
So
what are y'all doing?
All three of us are falling?
All three of you are falling. Now, it's time for you guys to tell me what y'all want to do to try to address this, okay? And I don't know how this looks. Like, Tedios, you might be grappling onto the cave wall. Each one of you explain what you are doing to deal with this, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm using my fairy wings and trying to, like, I guess, reach for Anura in the hopes that we could monkey barrel this to keep everyone from falling.
Okay.
So for you, Tank, what kind of check can you make to make this work? What are you trying? You're just trying to grab for her, right?
Yeah, I guess just since I fly, we could use agility.
Yeah, I would say that's fine because
sneak.
you're trying to get to her as quickly as you possibly can. So you can go ahead and make a check on that, absolutely. And Tedios, while he's getting that done, you can be thinking about what you're doing.
I got a 26.
Woo! With hope?
Fear.
Fear. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and take... so I would like you, Tank. I'm not going to add that to my pool. You go ahead and take stress from that as you're falling, remembering all of the pain that your friends have gone through recently. You are taking a point of stress that you're marking for that, okay? But you do grab her and you're able to lift her into the air. You're staying there. What are you guys doing?
Question.
Yeah.
Could I use an ability to catch myself? Could I use boost? If you have an ally within close range of you, you mark a stress to boost off of them into the air to perform an aerial attack on an enemy within far range. Could I, as I'm falling, boost off of Tank as he's flying down to grab Anura and like do a spinning sword or spinning ego claw attack on this monster?
I think you certainly can, but we're gonna need your attack to hit is going to tell me if you continue falling. You must hit the creature to make it a successful boost, okay? Nothing's gonna happen to your friends, but yeah, like you could absolutely do that. Incredible. Let's go.
I'm gonna mark that stress then. And then I'm gonna use Anura's rally dice.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Good start.
Yeah. How's it going?
The massive.
That's gonna be 18.
18.
18 with hope.
18. So go ahead and mark your hope, but an 18 is not going to hit. So I'm going to go, so I'm going to go ahead and with that, you're going to boost off of tank, but you are now taking a dive even more pointedly at this creature. And I'm going to go ahead and remember, Anura, we're going to go back to your rebuttal over in a second. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and spend a fear to jump in for the Cockatrice, and I'm going to add items to this. Okay, so first, for that falling, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll some damage there. Ooh, just 1 point, Steven.
Okay.
So first, as the Cockatrice kind of dodges out from its place, you go ahead and tell me how you're addressing that damage from hitting the ground. What does that look like?
As I hit the ground, my thick skin actually prevents that damage from coming through.
Incredible. Just tuck and roll. Just tuck and roll, baby. Fantastic. Okay. But now this Cockatrice is going to go ahead and I spent that fear. You watch as its feet kind of claw into the ground, and where its feet are clawing in, you see fissures begin to spiral and race towards you as it's using stone snare. And so at this point, going back over to my owlbear rodeo, I'm going to go ahead and move this, unhide that. And this area underneath you begins crackling out as you are now in the effects of stone snare. So with this, this is a quicksand-like slurry. So and because you hit it all of your body, you were beginning to be eaten by this slurry of stone. You are stuck at this point. You are ensnared, and while I need you to make an agility check. Go ahead and make a secondary agility check for me because you're in it, okay?
Is this an check or a reaction?
We're gonna make it a reaction roll in this case. Yeah.
That's a 25.
25 is great. All right. So you are keeping yourself moving on top of it, but you know that any movement that you do, just like quicksand, will make it difficult to keep yourself on top of this.
I feel like Ted's been in a landslide, so he's like panicking. He's like, one wrong step and I'm done.
Yep. 100%, absolutely. Okay, but that's all I'm going to do at this point. I'm going to go ahead and exchange 2 of my action tokens for a fear, and I'm going to use that fear. Tedios, take another stress as you are just like hot dancing on this, okay?
Yeah.
And that's everything that I'll do at this point. Anura, you've been grabbed by Tank. What are you doing?
I mean,
that Myconid is still, that Fungril is still falling.
He's still falling. Can I use my long tongue? Is he close enough in the close range for me to grab him?
Of course he would be. Yeah, 100%. Okay, great.
That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it just says you can use your long tongue to grab onto things close to you. And then if I wanted to use it as an attack, I would mark a stress, but since I'm not using it as an attack, I think it just works, right?
I think so. A thing I think would be for grabbing something. I think in this case, given that it is like a falling person and everything, I'm still gonna ask for a check. But you tell me what kind of check you're gonna make, okay?
Finesse.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Are you adding anything to this?
I don't really have anything to add.
I know. It's like Just like in my romance
It's a 16, and it is with fear, unfortunately.
Ooh, okay, with fear. Okay, so I'm going to take one of your crowns, but it was a 15?
16.
16. Okay, that's going to. I made it a low check because again, I kind of agree with your interpretation. I wanted to make it a check, but you grab it. How are you grabbing this Fungril as they are falling?
I'm assuming
Hell yeah,
this mushroom
that's
thing
right.
has an arm. So I'm grabbing him around his like wrist or whatever.
Okay.
You know, the one that was holding the bow, so he still got his bow. And I'm just like, we're flying back like this because Tank's got me. We're going back to the ledge, and I grab him and then slingshot him back to the ledge.
Amazing. Okay, great. And y'all are all slungshot back up on top of the ledge at this point. But with that fear, I am going to make my turn. Happy Year of Friends! Hi, Duckberg. Thank you so much for this subscription renewal. I'm so glad you're here. All right. Okay, fantastic. So, but with that fear, play is going to come back over to me.
Yeah.
And at this point, there's not a lot here because all of you are pretty safe. It's just the Cockatrice down here with Ted. So we're going to go ahead and he is going to, you watch as that light on the edge of its hook, what is that, lure, begins to glow a brighter white light. And Tedio's looking at it. You can feel all of your body beginning to like seize up, and the actual moisture from inside of you is beginning to mat your fur as it's being pulled to the surface of you as he is doing a leech moisture attack. So I'm going to go ahead and make an attack. I know, it's pretty gross.
Our monkey needs his moisture.
I'm a bathing bath monkey.
Yeah. So this is a 7 to hit. Does a 7 hit you, Tedios? I don't think it does. Okay. All right. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was technically an 8, but that's okay. All right. Fantastic. All right. So as it's doing that, you can feel your fur beginning to mat, but then you kind of catch your breath, and the Cockatrice is going to begin like brushing and scraping its feet on the ground. But nothing else at this point, guys. It is your turn again.
I want to come down there and help Tedios if I can, but how far down is it from where we're at up top?
Like 15 feet, but you can see that there is a wooden step path on the left-hand side as well.
I feel like I just need to, just get down there quickly, but I'm interested in like running if I can slide down anyway to try to get down a little more gracefully, quickly.
Sure.
Still.
Absolutely. You can absolutely do that. It's because of the distance here, it's going to be an agility check, but that's how Daggerheart works, is that if you succeed the agility check, you're good. You could get basically as far as you want.
I'm going to try to get Down there, but it's going to take a combo of a couple things going well for this to help. But can't leave him down there. All right, so agility check coming up. Not terrible. That is 20 with hope.
Ooh, 20 with hope. Fantastic. Incredible.
Is that a reaction or just
that's a reaction, so you're not going to take the hope from it, but a 20 is absolutely going to get you anywhere that you want to go, okay?
Yeah, basically trying to slide down to get over here, like down here next to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I was hoping to get down here to then possibly power push him.
Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do, though, is as you enter that area where that slurry is, I do need you to make an agility roll, an actual agility roll. This isn't a reaction.
All right. 14 with hope.
Okay, so that is going to take your hope, but as you're moving through, you could feel your feet beginning to be grabbed by this slurry, and you are officially ensnared. So you are restrained and vulnerable as you stop, but that's not going to prevent anything else that you're doing. Go ahead and do your power push that you were trying to get off.
Mark those on the thing. Okay, so power push. I need to make a thing. Where can that spellcast roll has to be in melee range. On success, they're pushed back to far range and take some damage.
Fantastic. Yes.
Alrighty. Big push. Let's go.
Let's go.
Alright,
Big
alright.
push.
Yep. Good roll. Good roll. Magic
Yeah.
is spellcast. That's 3. So that is 21 with hope.
Okay. All right. Take your hope. That absolutely is going to hit. So go ahead and roll your damage, and then you can make the push wherever you want. You can move that mini.
Cool. That is 2d10. 17 plus 2, so 19 points of damage.
Ooh, very good. Okay.
And then
So,
I'm just gonna shoving him back towards that hole in the back.
Okay. Okay. Great. So,
And then,
and you've shoved him where you want him to go, right?
no, sorry, I didn't actually move the thing. Didn't know where, like, if he would possibly go into the hole or just back. I don't know how big he is comparatively, but was trying to push him away from Tedios. If he can go any further back, great.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I would say that he could go like a slam into the wall right there and everything. He'll be effectively blocking the hole because of the size that he is. He kind of has to go down to move through.
I'm stretching, doing a lot of things. I want to do one more thing, and then I'm good. It doesn't require a roll. It'll just be as an action. I'll mark a stress. Wall of flame between us and him to kind of like pin him in that corner.
Ooh, very good. Okay. All right. So let me go.
Did what I
ahead
can to
and-
help. Now I need to rest a minute.
Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and grab that wall of flames. Yeah.
Trying to help get Tedios out of this bind.
Yeah, you've done
Thank
a
you.
great job. All right, wall of flame, and let me go ahead. Like that? Is that good?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So.
And yeah,
what
you're
is-
able to. It's temporary, so you can get rid of it with the stuff. But if anyone walks through it, a lot of damage.
Fantastic. So what are you doing as part of that? Like, or what does it look like as you cast this wall of flame? We've seen you do it like at least.
Dramatic run, slide down the thing, hit him with the stick, and just blast him back, and then just chunk 2 mushrooms on each side. That then like kind of little bit of a static kind of between there, with some just flames.
Incredible.
And I just kind of sit down for a minute. All right.
All right. Great. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in. So I'm going to jump in because I have so many action tokens and everything. And I'm going to let this creature, because let's see, you guys are all together on this edge of the cliff. I'm going to let him... What can he do from back there? I could just end the effect, but I don't love doing that. You know what I mean? Fear, it lets you end effects, but I don't think that's super fun. Instead, let's see if he can do a jump. I'm going to give him a little check real quick and see if he could do a jump up to the top of this area. So let me go ahead. I almost could do a different, but not quite. Oh, that is... Yeah. That's a natural 18. So he's going to, as you see this wall of fire, he is going to kind of dip down on his chicken legs, Baba Yaga style, and he is going to jump into the air with his wings and there on the ground in front of you. So that is going to be there. And then he's going to look at the group of you. Tank, I'm going to go ahead and have him attack you. So he is going to, at this point, make just a standard attack. Oh, God, another natural 18. So that is going to be a dirty 20 to hit. So I know that that's going to hit. And that is going to do... Ooh. Okay. 17 points of damage to you, Tank. So what are you doing with that?
17 points. Yeah, I'll take 8 armor on that, and then that gets me to 2 armor. And then I'll take 1 HP.
Okay, all right, great. So this is just as he's making a standard attack with those lamprey jaws, okay? He's just coming in with those anglerfish teeth that are trying to press into you, your armor kind of cutting off a lot of it, but as some of it is sinking through everything.
Yeah, I imagine Tank was admiring the teeth too much and didn't react in time.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, absolutely.
My, what big
All right.
teeth you have.
All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and use another one of my action tokens, but this one is going to be for that little Fungril creature, who at this point, you guys up at the top, you can still hear the screaming, and as something rushes past you, you all see a very small, maybe 8 to 12 inches tall, glowing blue mushroom that has legs and arms and kind of is spotted with bright glowing golden spots that has been screaming the entire length of the cavern. And as it gets up to the top and sees the cockatrice, it kind of slows down, spins, and begins screaming and running back away. But the Fungril creature turns its face to him and reaches a hand out almost to stop the creature. Can't, and so turns back, draws an arrow, and is going to make an attack on the cockatrice. Go ahead and do that. Natural 17 is absolutely going to hit that guy. So now let's go ahead and do his damage. Okay. All right. So as he is actually just pumping arrows into the bow like Legolas. This is another ranger you're seeing from down below, Tedios. And as it is used, like this creature is just jerking out. But that is going to do, that's in his minor, but it is still absolute damage. And that is everything that I can do for now. So, the Fungril is looking down to all of you, by the way, as he's ending his last arrow. He kind of looks up right in the face of this creature. You guys go. What would y'all like to do?
Really quick, before we do anything. To my teammates. How do y'all feel if I think I could maybe move to here? From here to here without making a roll? How do you feel if I try and power push him through that fire?
Do it.
Okay.
You like that?
I dig that. If I can do something first, I might be able to make it easier for you to power push him through the fire. Yeah?
Yeah, roll with fear, baby.
Rachel, I got one quick history question. Or like, is there anything I know about this little blue guy? Is he like part of some kind of ritual that goes on down here? I don't like, or is he just he's just in a bad situation?
He's just having a bad time.
Oh, he's like he's the thing that, like, you know, like he's the Olympic torch runner kind of thing. Like this is his job, and he's just in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It kind of seems like he's bait, you know?
Okay. Wasn't sure if it was that or like this is just his thing.
Yeah. So I will just like above table completely, guys. There is a campaign frame in Daggerheart that is called Beast Feast, and I really wanted to do a little bit of an homage to some of that. That hog was what the creature, you know, was pulling and everything, which they ensnared and killed. The cockatrice is not expected. So like this is Beast Feast, okay? They're using food, which again, you would have that. I usually wouldn't give my players as much detail into the insides of what's happening, but new system, you know.
I'm gonna make sure this wasn't like an elected official or something here.
That's the king. That's King Screamy Pants, yeah.
Very honorable.
Hi, Bun Riri. It's so great to see you. Have a good night. I love you forever, boy. I'm currently in a Beast Feast campaign.
That's
so
so
fun.
cool.
Incredible. All right, great. So, Stephen and Kayla, what were you guys doing?
I'm going to launch a corrosive projectile at it, and if I hit it, it will lower its difficulty by 1 temporarily, which just makes it easier to hit in general.
Okay, all right. So you have to roll the hit, right?
You have to roll the hit.
Let's see.
That's a 20 with hope.
A 20 will hit. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And
18
with hope.
didn't, which was making me nervous.
Yeah. It's a high difficulty in this case, you guys. Yeah. All right, great. So go ahead. Does it do any additional damage, or is it just?
I mark a stress to deal 2d6 damage.
Okay. All right. Great.
That's going to be an additional 6 points of damage, and then its difficulty is temporarily lowered by 1.
Okay. All right, fantastic. So, all right, great. So
Can
his
I
difficulty
say
is
that
lowered by
as
1.
I am like had been kind of affected by it, when I throw my corrosive projectile, I'm aiming at his little like orb to like dim his light.
Sure, yeah, 100%. You could do that, absolutely. So you like smash it on it, and you do see that the distraction, it goes completely dark for a second as it's there. And yeah, incredible, fantastic. So now, Anura, you wanted to go, yes?
Yes. So she's gonna be standing there. She's gonna be like, "Oh, that thing is weird." And Maximus just like slithers up, and he's like, "Yeah, get his chicken legs. That's where he's weak." And she's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yes." Like Achilles before him, and she's like, "Who's Achilles?" And he's like, "You don't read enough books. Just get over there." So that should give
Wrong
me
books.
wrong books. So,
Yeah, too many romance novels.
Yep.
yes, too many
Okay,
romance novels.
fantastic, incredible, yes.
Give advantage on the power push, which that's Book of Ava. Make a spellcast roll against a target in melee. So we're gonna see
Okay.
if we hit it. So we're gonna
Okay.
Okay. 16. Okay, that's a 16, and then with advantage, that means I get to add the plus this. I get to roll this guy.
The D6.
The D6, absolutely, yeah. Let's go.
Oh, it's a 6 on a
Thank
16.
God.
So that's 22.
Yeah.
It's 22.
Okay, great.
And it is with a hope. So
That is going to hit.
Okay.
How do you want to do this? Explain to me
Okay.
what this is going to look like, because this is going to kill the creature.
Oh, 16! Oh my God!
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
You know how I like to do it. So push it, just push through with the blue energy. It goes through the fire, disintegration. I want the ashes over both of these two, over both of my teammates. Just bloody ashes
Incredible.
everywhere.
Incredible, absolutely fantastic. Just raining this ash all.
It smells so bad. Yes,
Oh.
yes.
It
the
certainly
ashes
does.
smell.
It certainly does. Yeah.
Breathe it
Okay,
in!
great.
I breathed it in!
So as the remains of this creature, because given the flame, like its skin is kind of creating ash that is falling across all of you. But as it's landing on the other side, just you can see that it's a nicely cooked fish. It's a very
Ooh.
tasty, well-cooked fish. But guys, at this point, we are moving. The danger has passed. Those of you who are in that slurry, you can feel that it slows and then plants. With both of you there on top of it. Very scary moment. You definitely could have been sucked down below, but you were not. It was fine. So we're gonna go ahead and move back over to normal music so that we're not all scared. At this point, the only sound left is still the screaming of that little creature. And you all see the Fungril kind of stand up, has no arrows left in his pouch, and is going to begin giving chase, running away from you, looking over his shoulder, and he's barreling down the stairs and following that little creature. They're all running across the cavern where other people have come down from these cliff sides and are there in front of this mass of entangled vines. Some of them are still aiming bows and kind of pointing hands out at you, and you are all there on this cliffside. Okay, all right. I love the hands.
Hands up. I'm just a lady.
So what
I'm
are
still
you guys
coughing.
doing?
I'm just so much with my mouth.
Sorry.
Get water.
Also, hi, Rodolfo Claren. It's nice to meet you. We're playing Daggerheart. It's a new tabletop system that's coming out in May from Critical Role and Darrington Press. Yeah, it's great to see you. Yeah. So, all right. And go ahead, guys. Y'all are all like brushing it off after this combat. All of those people there, you can see from this distance that they are kind of looking at each other. One of the Fungril that you had been there with finally gets to the others, reaches down and collects that little creature and is holding it there in front of him as they are talking, most of them soundlessly, and looking back at your group. Like,
He's just waving his mushroom around.
It's like, eat.
don't say that.
You need to get like a
Don't say that.
little tie and a little label that just says "Eat me."
Mushroom.
I've done that with some characters in the past other games. Like Kinekozan literally just had note cards. Every time I met someone new, I just run through the note cards. It was good. But yeah, if I can try to convince them again to like one of them to eat something, unless there's any other ones that do talk.
What are you doing? Are you throwing more mushrooms
I'm
now?
trying to convince them to eat a mushroom so I can
Can
talk to
I
them.
help with my presence somehow? Can my presence be lended to him somehow?
Well,
I'm gonna
also-
tell him what to do. I'm gonna be like, take the mushroom and like actually pantomime eating it. They're confused.
Can
You're
we
just
not
hitting
just
them. Is that
speak
like their
to them?
children?
Do they not have the ability to
Well,
hear?
One
Oh,
on
do they
the
not? Wait a minute. He's onto
the-
something. Can they hear?
the one that we talked to on
Wait a minute.
the one we talked to on the boat, he didn't speak to us because
They're watching y'all bicker at this point and turning their
That
heads.
doesn't mean they
Hear
can't
us!
hear. They can be mute,
I
but
think
not
probably
deaf.
is.
I like
think I've
lean
heard it
away
now.
from the group, and I'm like, "Will y'all eat one of his mushrooms?"
And like
They
above
all-
table, and above table, like they actually don't need to eat it. That's just my way of flavoring it. I can just cast a spell and then someone
I
can
like it.
telepathically communicate with
Above
me.
the table,
But-
I
I
like
love it.
this weird, freaky mushroom eating mushroom.
Okay, that does help me though, because if you can just cast it, then
Yeah.
I don't need to like make you roll to get someone to be convinced to eat it. Like, okay,
though.
so like
It is
you've
fun.
and again you've chunked another mushroom down into the cavern. He's got a pretty good throwing arm on him, guys, to be able to get at that distance. Steven calls across. Why can I hear myself? In multiple things. Anyway, Steven calls across, and you said what, Tedios? Can you guys hear?
No, can you guys eat his mushroom?
That's what it was. They all like, so you watch this mushroom get flung across as Tedios screams, "Can you guys eat his mushroom?" And it kind of like bounces there on the ground in front of that final one, who kind of looks down, still holding the tiny creature, and they all like look back up
It tastes like
As-
more.
as that Fungril
I
reaches
love
down.
that everyone's like, "Do it, do it, do it!" Pantomiming.
Looks around to his group and kind of eats it, chews, and gulps. One
Can you
of
hear me
the
now?
elders reaches out with their hand to stop him. It's too late.
It's too late. You can hear me now. How's it going? We're friendly. I'm from here.
Wait, he's already inside of you.
What's the rules? I don't understand what's happening. Why wouldn't you talk to me before? Why are you talking to me
It's
now?
broken. It's broken.
What's broken?
I had an accident. I can't do
happened?
that anymore, so I gotta do it like through a spell. I fell in a hole.
Dude, what? Okay.
It's a long story.
Are you from here? Around
Yeah.
here?
Yeah. It's been a minute.
Okay.
I was like this tall.
Are you guys coming to hurt us? Why are you here?
We're trying to go fishing.
He's trying to go fishing. Why? The
A
other
job.
like Fungrils are all surrounding the one creature, and they're all well. It's broken. I don't know why he
And
can't.
I'll
And
try
they're
to,
all
as
like,
they're talking to me, I do kind of like as these are saying it to me, I'll try to echo what they're saying to the
no,
group.
it's only happening in my head. It's not happening in your heads. I don't know. And he's not talking either. You can hear this. No, like he's not using his mouth to talk to everyone else. I don't know. He said it's broken. I don't know. It
Sorry,
looks
what-
like a human.
What do they call you? You specifically? What's your name?
Why? What's your
Introductions. I'm Delver.
Okay. All
Did they not
right.
introduce
Well, my name's Cydal.
Okay, Cydal.
Like Midal?
This
Like
he kind of raises his hand up across, not like Mydal at all.
Cydal. It's very different.
Sounds
I love-
rhymes.
I love
There we go.
the universal GM experience of naming an NPC and immediately getting shit off. It's all of us. You can't do it.
I love
Have
you. You're
mercy.
more creative and smarter than all of us. It's
No,
not
no,
at all.
No, Kayla, I love it. Truly, it is a thing that we all deal with, and it's so fun. Cydal, and he kind of lifts his hand into the air, holding the tiny blue light that you now know to be a very small mushroom, and he's holding it up, and he says, "That's Truffle." He pulls it back down to his chest.
It's Truffle. Truffle seems very cool. Hey, this little guy's name's Truffle.
Truffle starts screaming again.
Hi,
like, 'cause
Truffle!
the door kind of twitches.
Truffle, okay? Are they holding him hostage? Why is he yelling?
Is he on good terms with y'all?
Like, is he friends?
Truffle's my companion.
Yeah, they're buds.
Oh, roommate.
It's their bill.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Okay.
Very
no, not
important
roommate.
party member, though.
You want a fish? There's a fish right there.
We need different fish.
Oh, okay.
Is there somewhere we can stay in town? We've been traveling a long while.
So you can still hear him because he's opening a connection at the same time with you. He's kind of becoming a conduit, but he's talking to the others, and you can hear him. They want to stay here. Well, I can ask. How long do you need to stay here?
Just a night, passing through, and we'll come back, maybe visit, check and see how you're doing, see how Truffle's doing, then keep going back up.
Just like
If
a
the
night.
family's
They're
still here, may
passing
say
through.
hi.
They're going fishing.
May say out of the
Yeah.
family.
What are you fishing for?
Kojiki.
Kajiki
Yeah.
koi.
Yeah, the koi.
Kojiki.
Because they're looking for the gold scales. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him.
We also need to deliver some rocks.
Do you mean us any harm?
Nope.
And you just need to stay the night.
Yep.
Okay. Well, my elders say that since you helped us with the Cockatrice, you can stay the night, but you can't have any of the boar. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
What is
Alright.
that?
Do you need a rat?
Okay. Well, they're gonna come on down, and he's going to turn and begin. You, Delver, can hear him talking to a lot of the Fungrils who have all kind of grouped up on him at this point. You do see that one magic caster seems to be larger than the rest of them. Kind of a rotund fungril with lots of shelves of mushroom caps coming off of its shoulders and stuff. Kind of releases its grasp, and the vines wither around the boar. And a few of them, tentatively keeping their eyes on your group, go up to the boar and begin harvesting from the boar with knives. They're beginning to clean it. Some of them are attaching ropes and moving it out of the way so that they can begin bloodletting, etc. But everyone, the rest of them, and even those that are busying themselves, are watching you all as you come across. Cydal is going to kind of walk across to you guys, and about halfway to the entrance, he's going to stop and look around to the group. Can you guys talk, or do I have to eat pieces of you to talk?
Oh no, I talk very well. Thank
Yeah,
you
I
so
got
much
words.
for asking, and you speak
I
very
was
well
so
as
happy
well.
to hear
I
you
love
talk
hear
just
that.
now.
Yeah. So, and remember that this is Cydal is a he's only about 3 feet tall, so he's a little bit shorter than most of you guys, and he has like this large cap that is kind of covering his eyes as he's talking. He is holding Truffle. Again, a very small kind of glowing blue light of a creature that's kind of animatedly chittering and chattering, and he's kind of petting the top of it, kind of the creature's kind of like being pressed down each time that he's petting him. Okay, well, so you guys are headed to the depths?
That's the plan.
Okay. Well, what are y'all looking for? He said you were looking for the gold scale, the fish?
Well, some of their like some very special scales, but yes.
I think it's the pearl one. Did I make that up? Maybe it is a gold one. I don't know.
Oh. People aren't supposed to be coming from up top down here right now.
Why is that?
Oh,
Well, there's negotiations happening right now around Finger's Reach.
what are the
Is that more for
negotiations?
we're travelers. We're adventurers. We're not locals.
Okay.
Well,
All
yeah.
right. Oh, yeah,
Well,
he
you
said
know,
he was from here.
But I'm
Yeah.
speaking for me and
Relatively.
these too. But the Delver's new to the party, and I don't know him as well yet.
Okay. Well, my name's Cydal, and he's going to he actually tucks the tiny little mushroom creature into a little side pouch that the creature kind of grabs on and is like holding and looking out from the bag. And he wipes his hand off and is gonna reach out to shake your hands.
Handshake.
It's Tedios. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm gonna show him
Oh,
my little
nice.
mushroom guy. It's kind of like his.
Oh my god, wow, that's cool. Is he bait too?
No, emotional support prop,
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
She
Well,
hasn't checked
Brush
it.
my mushroom off
mushroom
my
now.
forehead. Now
Whoa. Okay, so, well, we haven't had any newcomers in a few weeks now after we shut down traffic through. So I don't think that anybody's gonna. There's not gonna be any trouble, but make sure that you keep your nose clean. Y'all are just staying for the night.
Yes.
Okay. Do y'all mind if we harvest some of what's left of the Cockatrice, or all's fair? Y'all could have it, but I could get a little bit.
You absolutely, yes. Eat your fill.
Okay. All right. Well, what are you guys looking for? Which way are y'all going from here?
I look to
Would you be able to direct us in a good direction? You seem to know a little bit about those fish.
Yeah. Well, if you're just heading to the fish, I don't know. You'd probably have to start at the. Usually, when people come down here, they start at the Amigar and Enigma. Are you going there first?
Drop off some rocks.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well,
Maybe
when
a
you
shoe.
head out, you're gonna go just straight through, and he turns around and he's pointing to one of the lower cavern entrances. He says, "It's not far, only about another mile that way, through that cavern." Okay.
Okay.
You were basically
Thank you.
there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you guys need help harvesting, I'm gonna go ahead and start on this thing. And he begins rolling up his sleeves, and he's gonna go over to the Cockatrice, and he's going to begin harvesting specific pieces. He kind of makes a motion to Tank to help him roll over the creature onto its back so that he can harvest near the stomach and everything. And he's gonna make a check. If y'all want to harvest with him, y'all can make checks for specific pieces that he's showing you that are
get a
good
tooth?
and helpful. A tooth? Yeah, absolutely. If
Yeah.
you get a tooth, yeah.
I was
Yeah, no
eyeballing it
check-
in battle.
Are we
no
gonna
check needed for a tooth.
do y'all wanna try and harvest and cook this creature before bedtime? Is that what's happening? Are we eating fish chicken for
Why not?
dinner?
Yeah.
So is one of the men in the group gonna do that? Not me, right?
I'm down to get in there if I can try to pull
All
some of what I remember from being here a long time ago. And maybe pull some of my pull from my experience for dead weight to really move this thing around.
Really
we're
quick,
looking
while y'all
Yeah.
are doing that though, which one of my allies took damage? Was it just Tank? Okay, because I have 2 inspirational words I know left, and I know we're about to stop. So like as that's happening, she's telling him what she's like. Tank, you're doing a great job cutting that carcass up, and so that'll give him 1 hit point, and then I have 1 more left. Which one of y'all wants a hope?
I'm currently full, so I was trying to use some of mine.
Okay, all right then.
I'm also full, yeah.
Yeah, then.
I'm missing 1 hit point.
Oh, you're still missing a hit point. You too, then. Okay, and she's like, and you, that corrosive arrow, that was amazing. What you did back there, I wouldn't have been able to hit him without you.
It's all about
There you
the
go.
teamwork, Anura. If we don't work as a team, we fell together. Or we fell alone.
So that's
that's
all
what
my
it is.
inspirational
Sorry.
We're all just
Fail
out there. We're
together.
fine.
Not
It
untrue.
was like a family.
Fell like a family. F is for failures. I mean family.
Okay, so then who's interested in helping in the harvesting step? Because okay, great. So, and Tank, you can get your tooth with no problem. You're practically a dentist at this point, but you could certainly, each one of you can make a check for this. Okay, so you're gonna have your own respective checks, but he's gonna go ahead and roll very well.
I was gonna use a hope, but I forgot. If I use a stress or add a stress instead, I actually get to double my experience to it.
Oh, very
Cool.
good. Okay. All right. Great. All right. So, let me know what your checks are, guys.
18 with hope.
Okay. Great. Take that.
Oh wait,
hope.
sorry, what type of check was it?
So for this, this is going to be either a finesse or a knowledge check.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
21. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So either finesse or a knowledge check on this. Yeah.
Can I use my spit and chiclets? Oh, go ahead.
I got a 24 with hope finesse.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Great. Keep your hope. And then spitting chiclets.
Just dentistry is like nimble
Well,
hands,
I'm
even though he's
giving-
not very finesseful.
I'm giving you the tooth for free. You can have the tooth for free just because that's your thing, Tank, and everything. The other portions, though, I wouldn't say the spitting chiclets would make sense super well.
Darn.
Do you have a different one, though? You have the gun show for sawing through it if you're using the finesse.
Yeah, I'll use that.
Okay, great. Let's do that.
I did roll because I wanted to try and get a hope. I got a
Okay.
12 with hope.
Ooh, 12 with fear.
Hope.
Oh, 12 with hope. Great.
Might not have
All right.
gotten a piece of the fish chicken, but I got a hope.
The 16 pass.
I mean, so this is like just it's depending. I'm using this as kind of a group to see what you can get. Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah. So absolutely. And with hope or with fear, Tank?
Fear.
Okay. All right, great. So I'm going to go ahead and collect that fear. So I'm just using it as a negotiation.
Oh, actually,
Uh-huh.
sorry, it's a 18.
Oh, great. Okay, great. Fantastic.
It's
So,
very thing.
So, as you guys are harvesting, you can see that this is definitely something that the whole village here takes part in. Everybody is over there dealing with the hog, but after a little while, a couple of people kind of approach and like look over to Cydal and everything, and he's kind of nodding, speaking. Delver, you can hear him explaining what had happened, but they all begin harvesting together. And each one of them seems to have a satchel with these very small orbs that, as they pick them out of the satchel, are kind of glowing with a little bit of fog around them. And you can see as he passes some of them to you guys to handle that these are like little crystals that are very cold to the touch. And as they are all harvesting out pieces, they actually will press them in, and it freezes these pieces of the creature there as a way of keeping them cold for a long time, traveling with them. It's like a way to keep them. And he is handing you different pieces. Given the checks that we had, they were pretty good and everything. So I'm going to give you each of this creature. We're going to harvest some of the standard meat that is just going to be rations, okay? I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 of you, 8 rations of the kind of breast of this creature. And that is going to be something that you can use at meal times if you eat it during a long rest. If you take that, then each of you can gain 3 hope. Each person who eats it can gain 3 hope. It has to be one of your actions, okay? But that's going to be the breast meat of this creature. And then you're also going to see another piece that he goes to is that inside of the eyeballs itself, he harvests out those and squishes it into a jelly that he jars. And this is going to be basically a healing salve. That I'm going to give you 2 units of, 2 rations of. This is not food. This is going to be a salve that you can put on that it will instantly restore 1 health point in all situations. If applied to burns specifically, it will heal 2.
Were these 2
Some
each?
eyeball aloe vera.
The party.
There's 2 total. 2 total of that specifically. But 8 of the breast meat, like with the checks that you guys have made, okay?
Flip
And
that
so
2 each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 each.
yeah. So remember, 3 hope if you eat that breast meat at any meal. But again, that has to take one of your downtime actions. And again, this is going to be one of those things that I wanted to introduce the concept of Beast Feast to our audience. Even though the manuscript isn't out yet, a lot of the campaign frames aren't full. Beast Feast is kind of Monster Hunter world, or also Delicious in Dungeon, of people who are going out harvesting creatures. And Cydal is talking to you guys as you're harvesting. Yeah, so Truffle makes really good. I mean, we don't put him in any danger. He gets really scared about it sometimes, but he's perfectly safe. But he just goes out into the caverns, and do you want to give him a smell? He kind of picks him up, and each one of you that sniffs the air, you can smell that he is pungent. He is a pungent little guy, kind of very, very fungal, and so they love him. They love him down there, and so we could get some good stuff, especially the boar. The boar love Truffle, so we could usually get 1, and then that'll last us, a couple weeks at least for us. But yeah, but you can combine everything with all kinds of stuff. So you guys are adventurers?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Where are you from?
We're from all over. I'm from Black Gum Hollow. Is that right? Did I make that up?
You're right.
Yeah, it's a swamp way, way, way far away.
Wow, that's cool.
There's a lot of mushrooms out there, though. Not mushroom people, but lots of mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. Mushrooms are my favorite food.
Really? That's not like cannibalism or something?
What?
We don't
Why?
talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Oh.
They all reach for their weapons.
What did you just say? And I'm from the Yin Tree,
Oh, yeah.
which is at the top of a mountain, so it's kind of the opposite of like where y'all are, in direction.
I could never get the hang of that. Sometimes I'd go up into Kymerghen to sell wares and stuff, but it's just, I don't know. Don't you feel weird when you're up like way high? It feels so cozy when you're down deep in the ground. Feels safe.
Sometimes it's very claustrophobic because you look up and you're like, that could fall on me right now.
I mean, the sky could fall at any point too.
Yeah,
That's
but water
right.
doesn't hurt as bad as, a mountain.
I've never drowned in a mountain.
What's the sky made of?
Water.
Who knows? It could be anything. Probably heavy. Water?
There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
It's real
kill you pretty
moist
dead.
up high in the mountains.
if that falls down here, you know, we're safe
Gold.
underground. It's gonna be
Gold.
great.
Great.
Yeah, it feels good though, you know, and plus cuts down on electricity bills.
Utilities.
Yeah.
Yo, utilities.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'm from a far off magical island, so it's cool to.
A
you
magical
guys.
island? What kind of magic you got?
All different sorts.
Turn around and show me your eye.
It's more of a
Don't
yeah,
be
you know.
modest. Show them your teeth.
What's that
A little
eye?
fairy dust for him. Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
And I'll
It's
just
like
turn around
still
and show
moving
it.
alive.
Yeah.
Just to see you better with, yeah. The better to see you with.
Yeah, nobody can sneak up on him with that thing.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
eyes in
Are
the
you-
back of my head, but it's
What are you just a full fairy?
human hybrid for the stats.
Stats. He says, "You see these muscles? Those are human muscles."
He did it for the
Fairy
game.
wings, human muscles.
We think that Truffle might be a little bit of fairy.
Makes sense.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make
Or
sense.
maybe ate some fairy dust or something. We don't know why it glows like that, you know?
If I give him so
Like,
much
how-
fairy dust and see what happens.
Oh
Sure.
boy.
What do you mean? Give him some fairy dust to
I'll
eat?
just like bring my little pouch to him and just see and let him
Well,
play,
just
but see
say-
what he does. Yeah.
You bring the pouch to him, like still in the pouch. Truffle is immediately gonna like lift his arms up to the pouch and kind of look in, and he kind of tumbles inside of the pouch, and it's just like a little poof, and he's in there kind of making little noises, moving around in the pouch.
Like a chinchilla bath?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be
He
like,
loves it.
can I keep him?
No, the what? No. Why?
It got so
That's my
serious.
friend.
No.
Truffle, get out of there. Like, he reaches in and grabs Truffle and dusts him off. What is this? Like,
Not drugged, don't worry.
I'm sensing
Okay.
fairy there.
so, and around this time, the elder is going to come over, and you can see that he is, again, a large fungril creature. This one with those rows of mushrooms that are extending out, kind of like pauldrons from his shoulders, and kind of making frills around him. Everyone in this village seems to be dressed more simply than they are in Kymerghen. And as he's approaching, you do see that he has quite a large cap that has begun to droop in his old age. And he is another one of those creatures that seemingly you can't isolate where his mouth is on him as he approaches. But he is standing back.
I'm gonna go for a high five whenever he gets that close. I'm like, "What's up, boss?"
Okay, so I don't know that yeah, why not? He'll go ahead and lift his hand, but he's going for like a high like grab as you're doing a high five, and it becomes like a weird like mushroom thing. Yeah. But eventually like there is some kind of semblance of friendship, absolutely. And he is looking pointedly to you. But after not seeing anything, you see he moves his head down. And at that point, you can see that Cydal kind of looks up. No, he's broken. He can't hear us or talk to us. He could do it with me, something else. What did you do to me?
I'm just pulling off, like, you won't be able to hear me anymore. I'm trying to hand it to the older fella.
Okay, so he's going to reach and he's going to tuck it under one of his gills. And then
I didn't like that. Oh, in the gill.
Yeah. Mhm, yeah. And he's going to you're going to hear, hello, hello, hello.
Hey, yeah, you can talk normally. It's fine. Nice to meet you,
Nice
Delver.
to meet you.
There's some of the fireflies. 4 of them.
What are you doing? Okay.
Yoda. Okay. We're going to go fishing, trying to get some of the koi's, and then head back up top. Maybe visit the fam if they're here, but may come back and visit later.
and he's going to reach down and bring you a pouch. And this is a pouch full of different food items from the boar. And he's going to kind of tuck it into your hands. For your help with the Cockatrice. And he's going to pass it over to you. And that's it. That's for his full interaction. He kind of turns back and pats his friend on the shoulder and just begins making his way back.
I'm gonna give it back to the other little guy because that one was a little creepy.
Yep. Okay, fantastic. That's it, guys. What else are you doing? Like, are you talking to Cydal?
You're doing this. I really would love
Do
to
you
go to
know
bed.
a really good sleeping place for us?
A great, a little corner somewhere. We'd love to go to bed.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. And so he's going to, after you guys finish harvesting and everything, he is going to take you up one of the ramps on the side.
How big
And
would a cockatrice foot be?
Oh God. It's probably about 4 feet.
No, don't want it.
Do you want to take?
No, too big.
What were you trying to get it for?
I just wanted to have a giant chicken foot.
Use it as a club.
Yeah.
You can take it. That'd be very fun. You could have it for like building a house on later if you dry it out.
What a toe off.
Let it stiffen up and you can turn it into like an umbrella.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, cut a little talon off.
Yeah, I'll take one of the biggest talons.
It's the
big one.
big toe that comes off the back or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You can, the spur, incredible. Yeah, why not?
I thought about
That's
it,
what's
turning them into shoes for Bill, but I feel like he would just look ridiculous.
Wait, chicken feet on chicken feet? What are you talking about?
Just bigger chicken feet.
A wild choice. Fantastic. So you're there kind of eyeing your prize as he's taking you up, and he does take you eventually. You're passing different, you can see that a lot of these homes are created from the stone carved into kind of caverns, and again lit by the glow of crystals and little glowing moss and mushrooms. A lot of these caverns do have like a covering, like a sheet of cloth and everything over them. They're very simplistic here. But you are eventually brought around just past one of the fingers that is kind of curving around this area to an outcropping of kind of land that sits flush with a cave. And this area doesn't actually have a covering over the cave at all, but you can see that Cydal stops there, and there is an area where a campfire certainly has been made. Well, we don't have a lot of people that stop here, and especially not lately, but this is something that people have used in the past and everything. You can make a good cook fire here. And he kind of taps his foot on kind of a cauldron that has been set up above it. This does seem like a nice rest spot. But yeah, this is it.
Awesome. Thanks
Okay.
for showing us around.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Very welcoming here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little worried.
Might have been different if y'all hadn't bought that cockatrice for us.
Well, I'm
Very
glad it's
grateful
not
that
different.
Cockatrice is there for us to fight then.
Yep.
Yeah, good thing we put it in.
We're nice people, though.
Very
We don't mean
coincidental.
any harm.
We did not lead it here, I promise.
Why would you say that?
Like,
What
take-
happens again?
Take a fear for Cydal marks the stress. Just begins to eye you and like slowly walk back. But you guys, at this point, it's pretty late in the night at this point. So you guys go ahead and tell me, like, as you are watching in this cavern, slowly everyone begins to disappear into their domiciles because it is, going on like 8 or 9 at night. And for you guys, you have been up since 4 in the morning, very early. So as those caverns and those little outcroppings are closing off, what are you guys doing for the end of the night? as y'all close maybe the longest day in tabletop history.
It's wild.
We've been playing it since October, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
I will brew up some tea, and I'm
Yeah.
going to use my tea to clear stress.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic.
And then I'm
Refresh
also
myself.
going to work with Bill on the project that I have going.
Okay. Okay. Great. Remind me what this project was specifically. You were trying to imbue your weapon, right?
I was trying to create an emotional support chicken that could help my allies the way he helps
That's
me.
right. That's right. So what does that look like? Like, how are you doing that with him?
So like I would, after like tea's made in a little bit and we like relax for a second, I would like look at him and I'm like, hey, do you wanna do some practicing with me and Bill?
I'd love this. Can I use this to clear my stress? Because that's one of my
Of
actions
course.
I want to do.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
And essentially I would
So
take
we're-
her through a few of the like our combat maneuvers and then have her and Bill kind of perform those similar combat maneuvers.
All right. We're practicing. I'm watching him. I'm like looking for his cues. I'm trying to be one with this chicken.
Beautiful. Yeah. As you guys are doing this, y'all do sense like a little presence, and looking out from behind the little outcropping of stone, you can see that Truffle is there, just like kind of watching you guys. He kind of saunters over
Oh my
and like
goodness.
plants his butt into the dirt next to you guys, and is just there sitting, like watching you guys.
Once we switch positions and they're practicing, me and I'm like, Truffle, they're not doing it right. Hey! He
So
starts
what
calling them out.
is anyone eating anything?
Trying to
Um,
eat anything, but
I
One
mean,
hopes
just
so.
for like flavor, but like I don't really think.
Whatever
I'd be-
you're eating, he reaches his hands up to like he wants some.
Okay, I'll break off a piece of spider. I
Okay,
I
great.
caught one earlier.
So he's like has this big like leg in his hand, and he's just like
There we
they're
go.
eating with you
Very
guys.
cute. Mhm.
Oh.
I'm gonna work on my project. So like once I'm done with
Yes.
maneuver school, I go find a nice quiet spot and I start writing my letter and I go through what I got at Katha's, which feels like years ago, and like I'm like getting a couple pieces of eucalyptus and I'm like folding it into the letter. So
Oh,
Yeah.
so beautiful. Yeah, incredible. I love that. All right, great.
as I start kind of winding down, probably gonna regret this. We'll see. But I get out my rock that talks, or the rock stick that talks, and I wrap my entire bedroll around it, lay it down. I'm gonna use that as a pillow. Hopefully that will muffle the sounds as I completely focus on de-stressing and fixing my armor through the evening. And I'm gonna ignore the talking rocks for a little bit.
Okay. Okay. All right. Is that making a disadvantage the next day?
Using it specifically will be a disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right. Good. Trade out weapons. Got it. Okay.
Oh,
Fantastic.
I'll deal with it.
Yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
I like its damage a little more than the other stick.
Justin used to play a gnome with a great sword.
He sure did. He sure did. He's lived
Disadvantage
a
over.
wild life, like every damn day of his life. All right. And then from your side, Tank, what are you doing?
Tank's doing his little de-stressing routine. He's polishing off that nice little cockatrice tooth and just sitting by the campfire next to Truffle.
Very cute.
Yeah, absolutely. At one point, like Truffle reaches up to hold the tooth.
No. Is he gonna get squashed?
I like put it, but yeah. I'm like holding it a little bit so that he thinks he's
Like a
holding it.
paper. Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Yeah,
he's
fantastic. Yeah, he does try to take a bite of it, but he can't. You know, it's not edible. You know, so but he like looks up at you and he's there. I would say that he kind of like snuggles up to Tank, and is just gonna like begin. Leave there over to the side.
Mimi's
And
time.
as Mimi's time. Is there anything else that you wanted to do, guys, as you're like drifting off? Okay. All right. So as the lights in this cavern all go out, you do see that the ceiling of it are kind of spotted and flecked with different mushrooms. And again, that moss that kind of glows in myriad colors across the cavern top, keeping a dim glow across the cavern floor. But you finally get some well-deserved rest. And you, Tank, as you drift off, you find yourself opening your eyes to a glowing doorway there set inside of the cavern wall that you've become pretty accustomed to, though it's been a while since you've slept, of the place that you visit with your faint deity patron. We're going to revisit that when we come back next time, because we've gone a couple of hours now. So we're going to close off here for the night. Great job, you guys. You have finally gotten some rest.
Long day.
We did it.
Day.
With the projects,
yeah.
do we have? It says that I have 1 of 9 successful rolls. What do I roll for that?
I don't remember the rolling aspect of it. I would just mark out because it's no. At the tail end of it, we're going to roll to see like the success level and everything.
I see.
But
okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
You're fine. So go ahead and just mark off that. And Kayla, I know that I have that count for you and everything. So yeah. But,
You got me.
all right. Well, great job, everybody. You're officially like at fingers reach. You had another little combat. That's not,
Every time you say like you're finally at, I'm like, are we level 5? Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, we need a bigger combat. This was Beast Feast introduction, but that's gonna be it for tonight. Quick announcement, heads up. Next week we will not be here because we have decided that we are going to be taking 1 week off every month. Who knows what week that will be, whatever week we need to take off. But at least once a month we're gonna take off, give ourselves time to regroup and everything, and it's fantastic timing for me because I'll be at Gamma that week as well. So come say hi if you're there. But other than that, guys, thank you guys for tuning in and coming to see us and everything. And we'll pick up here for next shenanigans at the very end of February, or is it March? I'm trying to look real quick. Hold on.
I think it'll be
It's
March.
March, right?
It'll be March.
Yeah.
It'll literally be
2nd.
March 2nd. Yeah. So we'll see you guys in March, which is my birthday month. So yeah, see you then.
Mine
All
too.
Yeah, Kayla's too. It's very exciting. This was Steven's. Happy late birthday, Steven. All right. Thank you guys so much. Steven, take it away.
All right, guys, if y'all haven't already done it, you know that you need to be subscribed and following us on multiple platforms. We're over on x.com or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. And if you're watching us live, you're probably already here on Twitch, but you should follow us on Twitch too. We really we appreciate follows. And if you happen to catch yourself watching us on YouTube, make sure to like those videos too. That does help, I believe, in a way.
Yeah, it does. We're super serious about it, you guys. Go like everything. Like, comment,
thank you for
subscribe.
subscribing or following.
Oh, thank you so much. All right. Well, you guys have a lovely night. We'll miss you very much. What's
We just
that
hit
face
120
about,
subscriber goal.
120 subscribers.
Yeah, everybody,
Good job,
good job,
everybody.
all.
We did it. Or followers.
Yeah,
Whatever
followers.
it is. We got it.
Followers,
So
it's all
exciting.
followers. We love you guys.
Of course. We love you so much. All right. Night, guys. Y'all have a great next week, and we will see you in March. Bye, you guys. Bye. Go play Daggerheart. Bye.